Welcome to this short training video on how you can use Contract Creator to obtain a VID sheet for doorstep canvassing for a group of electors who will be chosen by geographical area such as a road or polling district. This can be used for canvassing door to door. The video shows in detail how to make elector household selections which will include all electors in a given geographical area or specific road. It's very important as making selections is one of the fundamental operations in Contract Creator. Later videos are planned to show how to obtain a VID with electors chosen by other target attributes, for example their previous stated voting responses, and also a video to show how you can generate VIDs for use with the Doorstep app. To begin, log into CC. You need to have standard user access and have selected the ward for which you need the canvas sheet, and then you'll be presented with the home screen like this. Usually there are 5 stages needed to generate a report. However, as we're getting a standard VID report by geographical area with no specific targeting of types of elector, we can use a report which is already pre-configured and can be found on the quick report list, thereby bypassing 2 of the 5 stages in setting up the report. Choose from the quick report drop-down list by clicking the small black arrow in the quick report area to reveal the list of quick reports which are available. It's the second item down, recommended doorstep voter ID. Select that. Note that you have to use a different selection in quick reports if you want to generate a report for use with a doorstep app device. Now select create report, and after you've confirmed your email address, by clicking continue at the confirm email prompt, Contract Creator sets up the report. You're now taken direct to the geography screen 3, bypassing screens 1 and 2. One disadvantage of this is that the name of the VID report file that you generate will be pre-selected by Contract Creator. You can rename it later after downloading, however, so that it's a bit clearer on the area that it covers. The geography screen is very important as this is where we narrow down the geographical area of the report by either polling district, an individual road, or a number of specific roads or road groups if these have already been defined. As you can see, we don't have any road groups set up in St Thomas wards yet, so we'll do the report by polling district or part of, and there are 5 in this ward. In the options panel on the right hand side, click in the units box. It usually defaults to road groups on entry, and select polling districts like that. Note that there's 5 polling district AA to AE in St Thomas's ward, and they're now shown in the expandable tree list on the left hand side of the screen. At this stage you can show the total number of household and electors in each polling district in the ward by selecting the bottom radio button in the options box. This brings up a pair of numbers against each ward. These are useful to gauge the likely numbers on your VID sheets. If you add together the number with the lowercase h after it, for each polling district the total is the total household, and similarly adding the second number followed by a lowercase e is the total number of electors presently on the register. And this is the new register that came into force in January. At present, no geographical area has been selected. This is done by ticking the boxes on the left-hand side of the window adjacent to the group names. A warning here, if you choose, for example, to generate a VID report for the whole ward, you would tick the box next to the St Thomas name, you'll receive a very big download file containing over 10,000 electors, which if you print out, it'll typically be over 1,000 pages long. So it makes sense to refine the selection. You can, for example, just select a single polling district by clicking in the box against the polling district name, as shown now for St Thomas polling district AB, which is actually Old Portsmouth. This will reduce the page count. You get typically to between about 100 and 150 pages. Still a large amount, and in this case it'll contain 1,363 households and 2,148 electors. To refine the selection more, we can select individual streets which can cut across polling districts. I'll now go through how you can select by roads, taking as an example that I wish to produce a set of VID sheets to canvass 2 roads in St Thomas ward. These will be St Andrews Road, which is split between polling districts AD and AE, and St David's Road, all of which is in polling district AE. First, we deselect the AB polling district. Then hover the pointer over the AD polling district character, and it will change to a hand. Click on the AD character, and the tree view expands to show all the roads within the AD polling district. Scroll down and click in the box adjacent to the St Andrews Road entry. This is the lower part of the road in polling district AD and has 102 households and 174 electors. Next, scroll down to the entry for polling district AE in the tree list, hover over the AE text and click to expand the polling district to show its roads. Scroll down and select the tick box adjacent to St Andrews Road, containing another 143 households and 327 electors. Then select the box adjacent to the St David's Road entry just below, 81 households and 194 electors. So now, to recap, we have selected St Andrews Road in polling districts AD and AE and St David's Road in polling district AE. This selection will generate a VID report file containing a total of 326 households and 695 electors, so it'll probably have around 50 pages. You can use this method to make bespoke selections for example, a single evening's VID canvas sheet or for other types of report. To accept our chosen graphical selection, press Next, and we go to the Select Question screen where you have the option to add more questions on the VID sheet. Make sure you have a tick in the box at the top to include the local voting intention question. This will be in addition to the 3 questions which are automatically put on the VID sheets by default. If you like, you can add 2 further local questions on your VID sheets by clicking on the arrow in either of the pick local question boxes. This may be counterproductive as it creates more complex VIDs. However, you could include a question like window poster requested or garden stake, though this request can just be handwritten on the VID and inputted later. To not ask any further questions, click on the down arrow, scroll to the top of the list and select the top blank entry to leave the box empty. Now move to the final screen 5 by selecting Next. We're taken to the final filter screen showing on the Summary tab the settings that it defaults to. We'll have a look to see if there are any we might want to change. Select the Settings tab to reveal the filter groups with their individual settings. Pre-selected setting will include all electors. This is fine. It would include everyone on the register, also OK, and all electors. You could, if you wish, select alternatively only postal voters or proxy voters, or just voters who vote in person, but I will leave the setting on all voters. Next, the exclusion filter settings, and here we can change some default settings. At present, the VID will exclude voters who previously told us they don't want it to be mailed or telephoned or contacted. I will include these by unselecting the boxes. The electoral status setting is OK, which excludes persons who are not current electors. Presently it's set to exclude those on telephone preference service. You can exclude them if you wish, but probably not a good idea, so leave setting as it is. Finally, you press Finish. Once you press Finish, a progress screen appears that records the 4 stages it takes for Contact Creator to compile the report. At the end of the 4th stage, it will prompt you to download the report, which you should do. Here's the downloaded report. It will be stored on your local hard disk, usually in the Downloads folder, and as you can see, it comes as a zip file. Shortly after that, you'll get an email with the password which you use to extract the Acrobat text file from the zip file you downloaded. Close the download prompt window. And now we're taken to a screen which shows a list of all reports created over the last month, with the last entry, the VID file that we've just created. The number on the left is important and is listed at the bottom of each page on your VID report. You will return to this file entry when you come to upload the results of the canvas from the physical VID sheet. That's the end of this section. We'll now have a look at what we do with the downloaded file 1040.880, which is highlighted. Here's the contents of my Downloads folder. This is what you'll see if you're using Windows 10. You can see the zip file, which we need to unzip, is at the top of the file list. I previously downloaded and installed the recommended unzipping utility program 7-zip on my PC. I'll right-click on the zipped file, which brings up a menu. Move the cursor down to the 7-zip entry, and you get a sub-menu. Choose Extract here. This brings up a password entry screen like this. Note that the extracted file name has already appeared at the bottom of my folder list but has not yet been unzipped because it shows a file size of 0 bytes. You then go to the email that you've been sent to you from Contract Creator, giving the password for the 1040880 file downloaded. Copy the password and paste into the box. Click OK, and the file is extracted, and you can see that it now has a non-zero length, confirming it's been unzipped. We'll have a quick look at the contents of this file, but I'll have to do it in an unorthodox way so that I don't reveal voters' contact details. Here it is, much reduced in size. You can see it has the standard VID sheet format with individual electors' names and numbers, with households separated by a horizontal line, and the boxes where you will have entered the responses to the 4 questions, which are shown in detail at the top of each page. It also shows voters' previous contact responses to questions where a contact record exists. Note that for these 695 electors in just these 2 rows, there are 43 pages in this VID report. At this stage, it's wise to change the file name from the generic name allocated by Contract Creator to something more descriptive of the content. I'll call it St Thomas Andrews Davids Road. But it's important to retain the file's ID number 1040800 in the renaming. You'll probably move this file to a known location on your hard drive to keep it together with other campaigning materials. Now we'll go back to the list on Contract Creator. Another video will show you how you upload the Canvas results from the Doorstep returns on your VID sheet using this file. If you have any queries, please contact either Rob Bersniak or Ray Pettit.